Welcome back to another preview. Florida Panthers on Saturday, March 6, 2021. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to another special edition of the Florida Panthers preview game on Saturday, March 6, 2021. The Cats are in Nashville for a back-to-back game. If you remember the Thursday night, they won 5-4 after they lead two times by 3 goals at some point. And Nashville came back with 2 goals back-to-back for 5-4. But the Panthers find a way to win that game and get their 14th W of the year. And plus, they are now on the road with a 7-1-1. One of the best team in NHL, have a great record on the road. Today is going to play at 2 o'clock at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Again, the game starts at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. So I just want to remind you, the reason why, because they travel after that. They're going to be in Carolina for tomorrow. Right now, the Panthers are on the road trip for 5 game minimum. So would be interesting how they're going to respond today, and if they can get another W in Nashville. Like what we like to do every time we do a preview game, we'll go with numbers, everything is going on around the Panthers, plus at the end, our player profile, and we have another new one today, so you can watch until to the end of the video to see who is this guy. Here we go. So far, they played 3 games between both teams. Florida Panthers are 2-1. They scored 12 goals, and they gave a goal again 11. The shot is 110 on versus 101, and the power play for the Panthers is pretty good. They scored 2 goals and the 4 attempts Thursday night, so they improved their stats for power play. They are like a 4-10 on the Nashville, and them they are 2-7. One thing I want to remind you: the Nashville Predators are the worst power PK in NHL. So my point to you, if they can take advantage of that, that'll open up more the door for the Panthers to score more goals during the game. And finally, the minute penalty is 16 versus 22 for the Nashville Predators. So let's move on. For the last 10 games, what happening for the Florida Panthers? They are a record of a 6-2-2. The goal for is a 34 for a goal average of 3.4 per game, and the goal again is 2.8 for 28. And finally, the power play for the last 10 game is at 20%, and the PK is 82.2. Being honest with you, this is a pretty good number if you think about that. 3.4 goal per game right now. They are the top best team in NHL. So that's a pretty good about that one. They struggled for the last, I would say to you, maybe 5 games. The power play struggled a lot. They at some point it was 1-16, I believe. But the fact they scored 2 goals Thursday, that improved a little bit their power play. That's what one element they need to get every time they play. Their power play should be solid with the player they have. Let's move on deep, a little bit more what's going on with the stat, everything. The Panthers are right now 3rd in the Central Division. They are a record of 14-4-4. They have only a straight at 1 W. For the Nashville, they are 10-13-0. They are 6th in the Central Division. They lost the last 2 games. We expect Bobrovsky to be back for a second game back-to-back, and Rene also. Now, we know the situation with the Nashville. They're missing right now Ryan Ellis, Conan, and Saros got hurt Tuesday night, so I don't expect him to be in the roster for today to be the backup number 2. So that's the reason I put Rene over there. The power play in the beginning of the year for the Panthers pretty good, 6th in the NHL at 26.6. The Nashville a little bit struggle a little bit more at 21 at 18.2. The PK, 2 teams struggle a little bit more for the Nashville Panthers are number 18 in NHL and 29 for the Nashville Predators. Goals for, like I just mentioned to you, 3.23 since the beginning of the year, number 7. That's a great. And they are 13 on a goal again. Another great stat. That's the Panthers. The reason why they are the top, you know, 10, 12 team in NHL because they're a great stat goal again and goal for. For the Nashville, the team, they struggle a bit more. 2.35 only goal per game at 28 rank in the NHL and 3.17. They are 26. The face-off, that's one thing element. The Nashville are pretty good. They are number 6 with 52.6, and Panthers struggle a bit at 48.0, number 23. Matter of fact, Ryan Johansson was back in the lineup Thursday night after a couple of one game, maybe a two game with a COVID-19. He scored his first goal of the year against the Panthers Thursday night. That will help in a little bit more their offensive side. The goals so far since the beginning of the year, Patrick Orvis have 9 for the Panthers. Philip Forsberg, one of the best player for the team, with 10. He also most the point with 22. For the Urbido have 26 points. T.O.I. Ekblad have a 25 minute and 12 second time on the ice, and 25-24 for the captain for the Predators, Roman Hosey. And finally, the most goal win by goaltender so far. But now both the goaltender for the Panthers have 7. To be honest with you, that gives you the quality of the goalie we have this year for the Panthers. And finally, Saros have 5 for the Predators. Finally, we have to go 2 more things to do. First, the sharpen up with Coach Frenchy. What you need to know, like I said, you know already those numbers. The first part of the game at 2 o'clock. The series is 2-1 for the Cats, and the goaltender should be Bobrovsky versus Rennie. And for the Panthers, the last 10 games, they are 5-3-2. And then the goals for 34, goal again 28. The PP is 6-30 in the last 10 game, and a 5-28 and a PK in the last 10 game. I just want to make a correction there. They are 6-2-2 in the last 10 games. So I forgot to change the template here. I apologize. The last 10 game, the most point for the team, you can see Urbido with 11, Bark with 13 for Barkov, Orn for Orvis with 8, Veer for Verhey for 6, and number 5, Ekblad for Ekb with 6 also. So those 5 players performed very well in the last 10 games for the Panthers. I will not change anything for the strategies against the Panthers, against the Nashville, to be honest with you. Apply the same thing they did Thursday. The only thing I would say, don't give them a chance to come back in the game and take advantage, I'll be honest with you, of their PK problem they have. They struggle a lot in Nashville. So if you can get 3, 4, 5 power play this today and the Panthers can score 1 or 2 goals, that will maybe make a difference. Now, remember, the first game, 6-5. Second game was only 2-1, and yesterday was 5-4. It's the team. Both teams can score and can give a lot of goals if they don't apply their structure of defensive side on D zone. So that would be interesting. We know also for the roster for the Panthers, Stralman is out of the lineup. So it will be interesting who's going to join. And we know Noah Hulson is at home, did not make the trip with upper body. We don't know exactly the gravity of the injury. So expect to see, and then we know already Connaughton play well right now for the last 2 games, so maybe see maybe Stillman in the game for sure, and be interesting what Coach Kenville is going to do. And finally, the player profile of the day, of course, is the guy scored 2 goals, 2 assists, the star Thursday night for the Panthers, Aaron Ekblad, have a 22 games so far. You have 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points, a plus minus of 0 for what, or he don't get a lot of what you should get from everybody in the NHL. But be honest with you, he have an amazing, great year so far for the Aaron with the Panthers. So it's really become now our quarterback on power play. Is really strong, and he's played a little bit better. Michael DeVillani, my co-host on my daily show at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday to Friday, was mentioned to me. He liked how he's skating. Did he get better? I think he's a little bit more fluid. but for me, it's about his position on the ice is better. He's really, like we like to do at the end of the age video. Remember, you, Panthers fan, you have greatness inside of you. Bon match, mes amis. I will see you after the game for the post-game Panthers Nashville.